Welcome to another episode of the 2 for 1 podcast. I'm your host, Dion, and alongside me here on National Dog Day, live from the state that was the first to sign the Bill of Rights, it is the man, the myth, the Nate, Mr. Taylor. How you doing on this Wednesday afternoon?
Great. Shout out Jersey. Shout out the Bill of Rights. My favorite bill, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
Dollar
I don't have a
bills?
list of favorite bills.
I
I do like
the
dollar
dollar's gotta
bills.
be.
Yeah, probably dollar bills. Yeah, okay.
There you go.
Or Bill
All right.
Clinton. Actually, no, my least favorite bill. Oh, no.
No. But alongside him, just outside of the city, whose name means to a place where trees stand in the water, it is my main man, Mitchell Sider. Mr. Sider, how are you doing?
Oh, feeling strong like an oak right now, ready to play revisionist history with one of my favorite draft classes of all time.
Yes, sir. And yeah, I don't know if it's National Dog Day over in Canada, but as we said before, getting going here, you got the dog in you, so even if it's not being celebrated in Canada, you're still part of the action. But like you said, yes, we are revisiting a very notable draft. We're going back almost a decade, which is crazy to think about. But headed back to the 2017 NBA draft, we're gonna do a little redraft here, trying to fill some.
Where
time
were
here
you in
the offseason.
2017?
I was.
That was 10 years ago. So how?
Wow, I guess
Was that
I
middle
just
school?
moved to North Carolina. No, I was in high school, but I had just moved to North Carolina, and yeah, I don't remember watching the draft. Now that
I was
think
in
of
middle
it.
school.
You were still in middle school?
Wait, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unk.
Because I graduated in
Goodness.
21. I graduated high school in 2021.
Yeah, so you were just finishing up middle
That
school.
was my
Okay,
last year of middle
congratulations.
school. Oh, my
Wow.
God. Holy
Mitch,
crap.
where were you during the 2017 NBA draft?
Well, I was graduated already, and I was about to go into college. So I'm a bit of an unk here, but I have vivid memories of convincing myself that Lonzo Ball was just going to be a Steph Curry with a 40-inch vertical. So that was I bought into that. I bought into that pretty hard at the time.
I should have brought it. It's upstairs. I have like my Big Baller Brand hat. I own Big Baller Brand merch. I have 2 sweatshirts.
Triple
I was a
B's on
Lonzo
the
Ball
man.
fanboy. Like
Level up,
Wow.
Super
I
Saiyan.
love.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember I got tickets on vacation in Washington to go see him in that shitty ass venue in DC, Capital One Arena, and I saw him from like the nosebleeds because I think I spent my own money at the time when I was like getting it off allowance. That's how cheap the tickets were. But yeah, I loved Lonzo. Like, that's still to this day, like my heart is broken that his career did not pan out and his legs just like went sand. Like they dissipated into thin air.
Yeah, largely because of the shoes. Did you ever own a pair of Big Baller shoes?
No, I tried to convince my parents to get me one at a point, or like get me them at a point, and then I kind of came to my senses. I was like, wait, like do not spend $500.
Like, wait, these are
they
mine.
weren't
$400 or $500.
Yeah, they weren't going to anyways, but I stopped trying to convince them where I was trying to like, you know what, checkmate, you win.
Came to your senses. I'm glad to hear that because
Yeah.
your knees. If you had bought those pair of shoes, your knees would currently be.
I do
destroyed.
think the other merch though wasn't as badly priced. Like it was like $50-$60 for like a sweatshirt. Like that's
Yeah,
like
That's
not outrageous
reasonable for
merch
online
price.
retail, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, the shoes I forgot those were like $4.95 or something retail. That was insane.
Yeah, for
Don't know that we're gonna
chronic
get into
pain.
any more. Don't know if we're gonna get into any more Lonzo discussion for the rest of the episode.
Actually,
I think
probably not.
we'll see. We'll see what time permits. I think we'll probably just go through the lottery, just like the
Yeah.
top 14 in this class, and kind of see where that lands us time wise. Before we do dive into it, because I think the front end is pretty straightforward. It's a pretty clear hierarchy at the top. But just a couple fun facts about the 2017 NBA draft. So obviously 60 picks, 57 of them made an NBA debut. Only 3 never played in the league. One of them being Matthias Lesort, who you might remember from the last Olympics, who played for France.
Oh
He was a big piece of
yeah, the
their
center.
run. So he's definitely better than a lot of guys who did make their debut. He just never came across the pond. We had 43 players play over 100 games, which felt like a pretty high number. It's more than I would've
Seems
guessed,
ridiculous for a
Oh!
draft. Oh my goodness.
Seems pretty high.
One of the other players that wasn't was a Nick, right? Ogden Hamaraz.
Not familiar with his work.
That
Not familiar with
that was-
Hamaraz's work.
and he
No.
was he was the 58th pick. He never played a game. He was like I think on the Knicks summer league roster maybe once.
Shout out
That's
to him. Well, yeah, he's not in the league. There are 20 players from this class that are still in the NBA. I did not count Markel Fultz, who we talked about in a previous episode. He played like 20 games last season. I have no memory of it. Mitch, do you remember Markel Fultz suiting up for the Raptors last year?
Twice. I do. I remember 2 games, and I remember 905 where I was excited because he looked interesting in the 905, and then played 2 minutes in one game, and then like 4 minutes in another, and then
Yeah.
boop.
Yeah,
That
not
was
much.
it.
So I didn't count him. He's not on the roster, but there's still 20 guys in the league. They're heading into their 10th season now in the NBA. We got 5 All-Stars from this class, 4 of them All-NBA. Lauri Markkanen being the one All-Star to not make All-NBA, if I'm not mistaken. And then a little pop quiz for you guys. There's 3 players from this class that are still on their original team that drafted them. Can you call all 3?
That are still on their original team?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jason Tatum, Bam,
Yep.
and Harry
tricky.
Giles.
Harry Giles is not the right answer. The answer we're looking for was Jonathan Isaac over the Orlando Magic.
Oh, true.
I guess
Still on Orlando.
shout
Just
out
like-
Jay Isaac. Cool. Good for you, man.
Yes, yeah.
Good for you
Yeah,
for holding
we'll
it
see if he
down.
comes up in discussion here.
You know, actually, speaking of marketing, because before we get into it, I was doing that. I did that video, like players I was surprised were really good. I was so convinced Lauri Markkanen was going to be horrible. Like I thought they
me
were
too.
just
Yes,
doing.
I was waiting.
like-
Yeah, I was gonna wait until he came up in discussion. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he was the number 7 pick. I'm pretty sure he's gonna end up higher than 7. If you had told me on draft night that Lauri Markkanen would end up being better than the 7th best player from this class, there's no chance I would have believed you. I 100% on board. I was not a fan.
I thought it was hilarious, and then the Knicks went and drafted Frank Ntilikina with the next pick, and I actually cried. Like I cried legitimate tears. I was actually crying.
Yeah, not great, especially
all right,
the following
so
pick. But we'll get into it.
Should we get into it now? Then just like, should we start with pick 1? Is there any other
Yeah,
stipulations?
we'll just dive right in. So yeah, we're just gonna rank, based on who the best players are now. We're not doing like
This is
hypotheticals
obvious.
of going back in time, but
It is
yeah,
obvious.
pretty straightforward. Even with the Achilles tear, Tatum's gonna be the number 1
Okay.
pick.
Jason,
Well,
whoa,
well,
whoa,
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 wait,
whoa,
whoa.
whoa, whoa.
What do you mean? Whoa?
Well,
Is
like
this
first of
am
all,
I being trolled right now?
No. Okay, it's Tatum. It's Tatum number 1.
No, I was gonna say De'Aaron Fox.
No, you
No,
weren't.
you weren't. You
First of all,
lying
no, you weren't.
motherfucker.
Okay, I thought you guys had me like
No,
panicking for a second, like I was looking at the
That
wrong
was
list.
what I was
Obviously,
gonna
it's
say
Tatum.
jokingly. No, yeah, it
Okay,
is Tatum.
alright,
Yes,
cool. All
yes,
right.
it's Tatum.
So yeah, very straightforward.
I think I'd still rather have Tatum with 1 Achilles than a lot of these players. Like if you just
That's-
removed that Achilles,
You just went.
That's a fair point.
yeah.
Just-
Okay. Well,
Number 2
I
is where
mean-
the real discussion like comes in. Like then there's some discussion for number 2.
Really?
I
Oh.
really didn't hesitate on this one. I think maybe between 3 and 4, there's more of a debate. But I
Actually,
think
no,
Donovan
yeah.
Mitchell has to go
Yeah.
there,
I just
I've-
completely forgot he was there.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell's easy number 2.
Okay,
I was just
good.
3
I
and
was
3 and
gonna
4 are
say-
3 and 4 are the debate.
too. Yeah. Now it starts to get a little interesting. I mean, I think
Because
there's
then I think it's
I-
between. I think it's between Fox and Bam. No,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I went
those are-
Bam personally.
who
Out
played
of the
together
2.
in college? Who I thought again, Bam, another guy I thought was going to be horrible.
Oh, that's right.
Bam, Malik and De'Aaron Fox. That
Yeah.
might be my favorite college team ever, and that was like the first year I was really watching March Madness, like diehard like that. Like I was only NBA
I don't
before
know
that.
why I forgot Bam went to Kentucky. He was so raw back then too.
Yeah, that's why I was like, no, like the fact Bam has been one of the crazier development stories, even though I think a lot of people thought he could be like he was this raw athlete who could be
Mhm.
molded by a guy like Spoelstra, but he really has come such a long way. And the fact that he even shoots threes now, like, that's what I'm saying. Like if you had told me 10 years ago or when this draft happened, if Bam Adebayo was going to score 83 points, I'd be like, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah. That is crazy. to think. Yeah, because he was just a rim runner and a rim protector back then.
he was a good, really athletic, high motor energy guy who you thought maybe he'll be, a solid rotation guy at that. I don't think you were thinking multiple time All-Star Defensive Player of the Year candidate.
Yeah.
Who could also score a little bit. So I think I'm going Bam. I'm leaning towards Bam. Like I don't care about De'Aaron Fox making the finals this year. I think individually Bam's been the much more
Yeah,
sound
no,
player.
I'm taking Bam
consistently.
over Fox, probably
Yeah.
in a general sense as well.
All right. So with
But
the
I do think Fox would be clear at number 4 though.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So
unless you want to try to wiggle a marketing argument against Fox, I mean, I'm
I
probably going to go
don't.
De'Aaron Fox.
I don't really want to make that case.
I probably don't.
I will take
'cause
De'Aaron Fox.
Lauri
here
Markkanen has
ahead
never
of-
contributed anything to a winning team.
Yeah, and I was willing to get into that debate too of how good is Markkanen really. He's 30 now. Never really seen him contribute to any meaningful situation so far in his career. Which,
At the same
to
time,
some
it's not his fault.
Yeah, not really
all the
his fault
time,
to some
really,
respect, but yeah, I don't know. I have questions. I'm interested to see what the Jazz are going to be this season. Just in large
so
part because of that.
So we have Philly taking Tatum. Second is the Lakers getting Donovan
Well, the
Mitchell.
team,
I'm just trying
the
to.
team itself, whatever.
I'm
yeah.
just trying to imagine these players in these jerseys for the
Yeah.
fun of it, and then so
Boston and a Celtics jersey
Boston,
is gross.
Ban-
It's gross to think about. Bam,
Bam-
wearing
Bam in a Boston
13, like
I
ugh.
think 13 might be retired for Boston. I know because Paul George is wearing 13.
Yeah,
So
that one
never
I-
mind.
yeah.
And then so then
De'Aaron
De'Aaron
Fox
Fox
in
in
a
a
Suns jersey.
Suns jersey, and then
Shout out
so
to
here
Josh Jackson, man.
five then has to be actually
That's
no.
another.
You know
Josh
what?
Jackson's another
You know
guy I
what?
was
You
so
know
high
what?
on.
You know what? You know what? I think we took De'Aaron Fox too fast, and I think we've like. I genuinely think if we're talking about like the player, like who's the best, I think there's an argument for OG over like there. I think we
I'm
could.
taking Darren Fox. Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
it's
okay.
De'Aaron Fox is a
okay,
multi-time All-Star.
I can't sell it. Well, I thought part of this is also like viewing how the team, like how they fit with the team and whatnot.
No, we're not retrospecting back to 2017 to say who would be the better fit for this.
Okay,
team or
okay,
whatever.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because
All right, so then I can't sell you on OG over Laurie. I probably wouldn't do that either.
you could come closer,
could I?
but yeah, definitely not over Fox.
Okay.
I mean,
All right, well then I
honestly,
think OG's got to be the.
I think we could have a Laurie OG debate. Honestly, like Laurie's the better player. He's had a higher peak, but
Like
would I rather
like
want my team? I don't know.
if you give them the same amount of touches as the number one option in a team, is Laurie Markkinen going to put up the better numbers? Probably. If you're going to get a guy and he's not going to be your number one option, is he going to contribute more to winning than OG? Probably not. Are the peaks and the valleys with OG, or like the peaks of OG, and like the just like sometimes he'll be an okay like third option, but sometimes he'll give you 30 points in the finals versus Laurie, who's just going to consistently like put up numbers while not doing anything. I'm still probably leaning Laurie here. I just want to sell the case for OG a little bit to get us to
Yeah,
maybe
I'm a little
think
on the
about
fence, Mitch. Where do you land?
No,
Because I could really be swayed
it's not
either
as
way.
close as you might
No.
think it. I think it's
It's
Markkinen.
probably
I think they're on the same tier
Yeah.
of players, but Markkinen's higher up on the scale of the tier.
Okay.
probably.
You could
I'd like-
you could easily tell me that 6 is OG, and I would just concede that like probably immediately.
We
'Cause
can say
the other players in 6, I think, are like Jared Allen, Derek White, and OG Anunoby, and I'm probably saying OG is the guy out of the pack of 3 there that I would probably put in that range.
But is it also fair for me to say that I'd probably draft like Fox and Laurie over him in a redraft, but also today, right now, like I'd have OG over both of those guys?
If you have a team already assembled and you need somebody of the OG cloth, like I would say if your team, like Utah, for example, they have no idea what the fuck they're doing. OG would not be the difference between 22
Right.
wins and 60 wins on that team. However, if my team already has their 1A and their 2B, then OG is the guy I'm picking like 95% of the time. The only time where I wouldn't is if I've got like a prime, like I'm just imagine like drop Markkinen, what we saw from his like ridiculous stretch in Utah a year ago with like a 2016 Clay and Curry. Like 2016 OG is like obviously a different player. Like they already have
Right.
Draymond, so imagine
Well,
a
yeah, I
stretch
think-
5 like Markkinen throwing into that lineup would be fucking insane. But in like 29 other team scenarios, you're probably going to take OG, right? Like in the grand scheme of things.
Like I was just thinking because like in terms of OG can transform a defense single-handedly, and there's not many players in the league that can do that. That's the reason like I'd take Bam over De'Aaron pretty comfortably. So I just still probably have Laurie over him because the All-Star selections. I get that.
Yeah, that is a tough one. I'm continuing to still go back and forth on it because I think OG is
But like in my
pretty-
top 100 player rankings today, I'd have OG over all of those guys.
all those guys.
No, over like the
Could
two
you
we
imagine?
just
Yeah.
talked
I was
about.
going to
Oh,
say
no,
over
Bam and
100%
Fox.
over.
Like,
No,
Yeah.
Fox, yeah.
You got
I'll
OG
have
over
Bam.
Fox heading into next season.
I'll take OG over Fox right now. Yeah.
Just a little bit of recency bias there, but that's a debatable thing to have. So then 6 we go OG because I think that would be the next like logical, like unless you really want to
Yeah.
have a Derek White OG debate, which I'm
Yeah.
I'm-
So okay.
I
So
would
yeah,
love to
John.
have it, but I won't.
Yeah, and Laurie Markkinen to the Kings, then OG to the Magic. Then is Derek White or Jarrett Allen the better player?
I think it's pretty easily Derek White. I mean, you obviously have the bias involved here, but I don't think it's very close.
It's not. There's no bias involved. It's not exactly love either team here. I'm just
No,
weighing
me. I'm
the.
a Celtics fan. I'm just
Oh,
saying that I don't know
oh.
that I can say Derek White definitively, but to me,
I just
I'm
think-
not really that close.
There's not many bigs who give you what Jarrett Allen gives you.
Why not?
I don't think Jared Allen is a very
He doesn't do anything outside of the box.
like
really.
archetypally he's not like a very uncommon player.
No, but
Like,
he's like.
yeah.
No, I didn't mean like that. But he's really good at what he does, and a lot of teams he would fit pretty much any scenario. Where if you just plopped him in
I'd
as
make the same
swap.
for Derek White though.
Yeah.
No, yeah. That probably. It's just where do you think the shooting really falls down to a medium? Is it the crazy highs we've seen? Is it the crazy lows? It's probably somewhere in the middle. I'd probably go Derek White. Yeah, I'd probably go Derek White.
Yeah. I will say.
I mean,
yeah,
Jared
he's
Allen does
coming
have the
off-
All-Star appearance, but I
He
don't
did
know
make
how
the
much.
All-Star game. That's right. Damn. Yeah. No. Oh yeah, you're right. So I guess this class actually has 6 All-Stars. I forgot he made an
Yeah.
All-Star team. Wow. Dang. Yeah. No. I mean,
Like
I
a
don't know
legit
that-
All-Star team. That wasn't like a replacement thing either.
Yeah.
That was like legit. Jared Allen, you're an All-Star.
Yeah, I don't know that that's enough to say he's better than Derek White though. And I know Derek White is coming off not his best season in a Celtics uniform, but I do think, like you said, the shooting probably averages out somewhere in the middle.
Like again, in my top 100 player rankings, I probably have Derek White higher.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, and I don't know that the All-Star appearance is enough for me to say the career puts him over Derek White. A guy
Yeah,
who's
okay, we'll
got a
go Derek
ring
White.
and-
We'll go Derek White then to Minnesota, and then that means Jared Allen to the Knicks at 8. Frank Ntilikina's got to be somewhere up here, guys. We gotta we gotta start thinking
he was on
about.
draft night. He was on
Would
draft night.
would it be a crazy nod to put like I Heart
Tyler Lydon.
somewhere up here? Like
Hartenstein?
Honestly,
No,
next guy
probably.
on my list was Hartenstein. If we're just going
Yeah,
based
he's-
on like the careers they've had, how
he-
good they are as players.
what? But like, okay, hold on. So like, are we taking Josh Hart and then
No,
I Heart,
nope.
or are we doing I Heart first?
We're taking anyone
I-
else that's not Josh Hart.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got,
I'm
you've
just
got
kidding.
a hate boner for Josh Hart right now.
I don't have a
So,
hate boner for
it
Josh
comes and
Hart.
goes. It comes and goes. It's, you know, at least we know
Sometimes I have a
I
love
mean-
boner for Josh Hart.
like, yeah, at least we know you're.
It's
hating.
more rare these days.
Okay, so
but-
like, so it'd be fair for 9 to be I Heart, and then open up the floor to 10 being.
objectively,
now,
it probably is him.
well, okay, so like, I'm gonna just throw some names out there that I think, in terms of like career and recency, have been a little more kind. Is Dylan Brooks too high of a snag here at 10? Is that
those-
too much of a?
We're lock
I-
and step as far as the board goes.
I think
Those are
that-
my next two
I-
guys.
I think that's I'd probably have him over Josh.
I think, well, I'd have both over Josh Hart, but I actually, the more I think about it, I think Dylan Brooks deserves to be over Hartenstein. Like,
Yeah, no, I
again,
think
a
Hart.
little
I
different
think
if we're
Brooks
talking
should.
about going into next season, but Dylan Brooks has been a really good player for quite a while now.
Brooks
Yeah.
should be the player. Brooks should be the player here. He's contributed to like, I mean, obviously Hartenstein won a ring, but it's not as if OKC had no chance to win without him. Dylan Brooks has legitimately transformed 3 different teams,
Mhm.
and he's been a really important player. I think in terms of what he's given over, like, because Hartenstein hasn't been that good for all that long. Brooks has been really solid for a good amount of years, and like he's just a better player than Josh Hart, and he's also averaged like 20 a game almost, or whatever he averaged this season. Did he average 28 this year?
Yeah, you cracked 20.
Yeah, so yeah,
my
I
question
think I'd go
is-
with him.
Where would a healthy version of Lonzo slide in here? Because this feels kind of like the range. If we got to see the
Okay,
full Lonzo
when we say healthy, are we saying like end of New Orleans, start of Chicago, where it was like around like the 14,
yeah, like
15,
let's say
8?
like the Chicago stint just kind of extended for 5 more years.
Yeah,
If he
I would-
actually-
I'd put him towards like that tail end, like 10, maybe 9 kind of thing. Because like let's be 100% honest with ourselves. We remember the Chicago stint fonder than it actually was. Like we
It
wear
was half a season, yeah.
yeah, we wear very like, halo covered eyes when we're like, oh my God, look, this is what he could be doing this whole time. It wasn't that impressive. It was nice and it was good to see, but it's like, you're not going to tell me like, oh yeah, him over OG for sure. It's like, no, I would probably
No, but
say,
I think he was pacing for
No,
kind
but
of
I-
like the Derek White range almost of like
I was gonna
all-star guard.
I was gonna say probably over Derek White. I think he'd probably be in that the OG Markkanen range of if Lonzo is actually because even that year before Chicago, the last year in New Orleans was really exciting, and a lot of people were excited for his free agency,
Yeah.
myself included. When I was a Knicks fan, being a Knicks fan, like being a younger Knicks fan, I had a lot of interest in Lonzo. I was like, oh, get him, but there was legitimate. You saw everything come together for Lonzo. The shooting was finally there. The passing was there. The defense, his ability to be a leader on defense at the age that he was already was so impressive. And the fact that he was a floor general on both sides of the court, he could be one of those players that transformed to defense, similar to like a Derek White and OG that are just able to do a lot more because they're gifted and they're also just smart players. I loved Lonzo so much that I genuinely think he would have been one of the more valuable players in the league just because he was good at so many things. He could give you good 3-point shooting. He was a great passer. He was starting to find, himself as a scorer a little bit more, where he was more comfortable taking it to the rim and dunking on people. Not like he was Russell Westbrook or anything, but I really loved Lonzo. I think if his knees didn't collapse, he would have probably been consistently a top 10 point guard in the league in terms of actual value. Like he was just he was a modern age Jason Kidd. Like I think that comparison was a legitimate thing. He had a lot of those same tangible qualities of Kidd, where his stat line wasn't crazy. Like he was like 14, 5, and 7 or whatever, but he just did so much more than what you saw on the stat sheet. And that Bulls team was legit that good when he was healthy that first year. They were the 1 seed for a period. And yeah, not to go on a whole rant about Lonzo, but I really do think he would have been something special.
I agree. Yeah, I think he was
Not
one of the more special, like two-way guards in the league with one of the more high IQ skill sets.
Yeah, and I don't mean special in the terms like I think he would have been like a 7-time All-Star or whatever, but I just think he would have been really good for a very long. Like he would have been one of those players that probably plays till he's like 36.
An injury-free Lonzo was a multiple-time All-Star easily. Like an injury-free Lonzo in his prime is probably putting close to what like 2002 Jason Kidd was doing, like sub 20, but he was putting up like 19-8 and very efficient and probably one of the best straight line drivers in the league, best outlet passer in the league by far. But that's purely hypothetical. And when we talk about that, the Pelicans and Bulls stint, it is very viewed with like a huge asterisk because again, it was across both seasons, it was about 56 games total. And it's hard to really go, was that obviously going to be sustainable? Was that so? Like, also hypothetically, he puts up like the 15-8, shoots 9 threes a game, hits 37% of them, like he was doing. That Lonzo's probably going 7-8 because again, I will contest you. He was a great defender. He was very handsy. He was really good at disrupting. He was not going to be your difference between the 10th rated defense and the 2nd rated defense. He wasn't going to alter the scheme of your defense like we give credit to people like Alex Caruso and Derek White. He was really, really good when he was able to get his hands in the passing lane. But I will only contest that point is that's overrating him a little bit as a defender. He wasn't on that echelon of like, you're going to have to be wary when Lonzo's on you. You're going to be like, oh shit, this is annoying. But everybody else on the floor also kind of sucks. Like Zach LaVine and DeMar, Lonzo had to be in that position. Like that team was full of holes. And I don't think Lonzo was going to change a lot of the makeup of that team. Do I think that Lonzo also, if he had one less like lower body injury, would he immediately be like that all defensive caliber player? Yes, 100%. But I think at that point, he was not disrupting teams to that extent on defense.
Yeah, it wasn't more the disruptiveness. Like he wasn't the Alex Caruso or Derek White on-ball defender. I more so meant his giftedness of being an orchestrator, where he was so good at telling his teammates like DeRozan or LaVine who didn't know what the fuck they were supposed to be doing. He was really good at like pointing to like where the spot they were supposed to be or being vocal. Like you could hear him on the TV, like communicating to his teammates. I remember watching that Bulls team for the first whatever so games it was. And I remember one of the first things I noticed, and like this is around the time where I really started to pay more attention, like the fine details of basketball. It's like, wow, like Lonzo talks a lot. Like you can hear him, like it picks him up on the mic a lot under the basket.
By the way, speaking of Lonzo talking, would you guys take $1 billion if a random person in the world died? But did you see that?
Did you?
So Michael Porter Jr. and Lonzo were on a podcast together, and Michael Porter Jr. basically said, well, they both agreed, but they would take $1 billion if it meant a random person in the world would die. Michael Porter Jr. justified it by saying he would take about $300 million of the $1 billion and put it towards a good cause, like poverty in Africa or something to that extent. And he would just pocket the $700 million, and that would kind of clear him up of any guilty conscience.
In his defense,
I don't know if you guys have seen any like the Lonzo and LaMelo and LiAngelo workouts this summer. No. Lonzo is quickly becoming a player who lives for the camera being on him, and he talks a whole awful lot. And he wants you to like and subscribe because that's who I am now as a basketball player. Lonzo has been talking so much shit to LaMelo, and LaMelo's busting his ass in his open runs over and over. And it got to a point where there was a clip at the end of one of their last open runs where LaMelo was just like, "You're getting corny. Like, tone it down. Like, this isn't like YouTube hoops. Like, these are just open runs with our boys." And Lonzo is really trying to build momentum behind that shit. So that's why I'm a little disappointed in like how he's taking like this iteration of his career. He's becoming like the
was he trying to do the big brothers like still cool kind of thing?
Yeah. It's shit like that.
That's not a good place to be. That's not a good not where you want to be. No. Dang. Well, at least we know what he'd do with $1 billion.
I was gonna say though, in my defense,
that's plenty of Lonzo discussion.
In my defense, what What if it's like a good person you kill? Like what if it's like
Yeah, there's a chance that it's.
what if it's
worthwhile
Tom
that you keep
Dundon?
going.
What? Sorry.
I mean, is it like you press a button and you get a billion, or like?
Yeah, you press the
Yeah,
button,
just you
someone
get-
just
yeah,
implodes.
you
They
get
Yeah,
$1
because
spontaneously
you
I'll
get
do
a bus
this
and
like 100 times, and then whatever happens, happens. Oh well.
Nice.
Now,
Okay.
what if,
Mitch's-
but Mitch, what if you found out who the people were and you had to live with that?
I get like I get like a receipt.
you get
yeah,
letters
like-
from their family
Yeah,
You
every
killed
month.
32-year-old Walter Adams from Kansas City, Missouri, who had a wife and 2 kids.
Cool.
His
Guess
his
what
wife
his wife-
Natalie
guess-
messages you every
guess-
month and
his
says,
wife
"You killed my
Natalie-
wife." You killed my
His
husband."
wife Natalie is going to be like smiling ear to ear when her and her kids are in Hawaii on a jet ski. You ever seen a sad person on a jet ski? Didn't think so. She's gonna have the time of her life over there, and I'm gonna sit there. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy a bunch of apartment complexes and raise the rent too. That's what I'm gonna do with all my money. I'm gonna buy impoverished neighborhoods, houses, and just raise the rent.
You're just
That's
gonna
my first thing.
gentrify. Okay, all right, great.
You know what I'm
well,
gonna do? Actually,
you-
I'm gonna
you and
become the
MPJ
first
can
ever
enjoy your
sad
villain.
person. I'm gonna become the first ever sad person on a jet ski. I'm gonna watch like sad puppy videos on a jet ski.
Yeah, before
And I'm
before
be
the season
sad.
starts, I need a video of you on a jet ski just with a straight face.
Single
Just not a
tear
single-
rolling
No,
down his eye.
like-
tear rolling down your face.
All right, so that's what pick was that? What was
All
the
right,
pick
yeah,
that we
so-
left off on?
All right, let's
Was it the Knicks? Was it Jared?
Yeah,
I think it was Jared Allen to the Knicks at
Yeah,
8.
I'll recap.
So I think we're at 9.
I'll recap the top 10 here. So top 10, we went Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, Bam, Fox, Lauri Markkanen, OG Anunoby, Derek White, Jared Allen, Dylan Brooks, and then Isaiah Hartenstein to round out the top 10 here.
And then it's probably Josh Hart. Oh, voice crack.
I think
Can I
there's
pitch
a good
you-
case for him.
Can I pitch you
go
Malik
ahead.
Malik Monk? Can I pitch you
No,
Monk here?
you
No?
probably
All right.
can't. Probably not.
Maybe like two years ago you could, because Malik Monk.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to him. He was bad.
Can I
last
pitch you
season.
Frank Jackson?
No. Malik Monk though is an interesting one because at different he's been pretty up and down as far as like what I thought of him as a player. Because like this past season, not very good. Arguably one of the worst seasons of his career. 2 years ago, when he was second and sixth man of the year, like yeah, you definitely could have had him over even like Hartenstein or pushing towards Jared Allen.
Yeah. So
So
then-
right now,
Who
I
are the
don't know.
players in this range that you feel comfortable just being like,
Jabari
this is a
Bird.
surefire guy, this is a surefire man at
Celtics
this
legend,
point?
Jabari Bird, wow. I think Josh Hart's in the mix. I think for similar reasons, along with Monk, like I think Kuzma has put in a decent case with the career he's had so far to be.
Oh, he does
in
have a
this mix.
title.
Yeah, he was on a title-winning team. He's been good. I know like the recent stretch is not great, but similar to Malik Monk, like he's been good at times, and I don't know how to weigh that versus how I feel
Dude,
about
Nigel
him in the present
Williams
day.
Goss, man, Gonzaga legend. I
Ooh,
thought he was
Gonzaga
going to be so
legend.
good.
I definitely thought he was going to translate for sure.
Not so. Not okay. I didn't think he was going to be so good. I thought he would end up having an NBA career.
Yeah,
and he
I
didn't.
thought he would translate. He definitely did well over in Europe, though, if I'm not mistaken. Where did he end up playing?
Dude, like Sindarius Thornwell, like these are just like March Madness legends.
Yeah, Nigel Williams-Goss went over to play for Real Madrid and Olympiacos, so he ended up doing pretty well for himself.
Frank
Does,
Mason.
does John Collins have himself anywhere near?
John-
these
Yeah,
guys?
that's right. I was
John
going to
Collins is
say
the
John
other-
Collins is
yeah.
then the other.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think it's Hart pretty easily.
I would go back and forth, and
I mean,
I've
look
made it
at
very
look
clear
at
I'm not a John
look at
Collins
Josh
guy, but-
Hart's career numbers versus Kuzma's career numbers. Like the last few years, Hart's been like Hart's numbers are way better, and he's just
Yeah,
done
that's the
it
thing.
for
If we're looking
longer.
at the way they're trending, like Hart, I think from a PR perspective, just keeps going up and up. With like the.
Well, and I
different
think
roles
at their
he finds
best, they're
himself in,
probably
but-
very similar level players.
Yeah, and Hart probably has more to his resume. I can hear that.
Yeah, I don't-
Yeah.
You guys know I'm not a huge Josh Hart. Like as much as I have love for my Knicks, I don't have some huge bias for Josh Hart. But I think like objectively, he probably has to go here. And then I think it's Kuzma. I think it's probably Josh and then Kuzma. Funny enough, both picked by the Lakers.
Both picked by the Lakers. Yeah, yeah. I think Josh Hart has probably the better resume, but it's a tight group of guys here between Monk, Kuzma, John Collins.
I think Collins is probably like a step below both of those.
I can get behind having Collins like 12 or 13 instead, if that's like the range we're putting it. Like I think that
So-
would make more sense.
Hart at 11. Are we locking that in?
I'd say
I
Hart
think
at
I'm good with
11.
that. Where did he go in real life? Where was he? Like he was the
30th.
30th pick. Wow, I do not remember.
Yeah,
him
last of the
30th.
first round.
Wow, dang. Well, good on them.
It's hilarious, the
Hartenstein was
funny-
'cause he's the other one. Hartenstein was 43.
To think that
Wow.
Dante was the second highest picked out of the Nova guys.
Yeah, which felt crazy at the time. He was what?
Yeah, because
17th?
it was pretty much just off of his 16th, I think. It was just off of the Final Four run.
Yeah. Dang, that is crazy. He's not this
Um,
class though. He was what, 18?
16. No,
I
no,
thought
not
he was the year
16.
before.
Sorry,
No,
yeah,
yeah, he was the year after. It would be 2018.
What
Yeah,
the
okay.
hell?
So yeah, Josh Hart 11. I think that's fair. And then I guess we're going between Kuzma
I'd
and
go-
John Collins for that 12th spot.
I would probably lean Kuzma as much as I think Collins is the better player right now. Like, I think Collins has had some iffy years, and Kuzma's at least been somewhat productive numbers wise.
Kuzma has productive years and stinky years, and he
You can say the
does
same for
have
John
a
Collins,
ring.
yeah.
I was gonna say I care about him contributing to a championship team.
Yeah, he does. He does have a ring, which even though the ring is in a murky state of acceptability, I do think Collins is just like that, like archetypally very similar in terms of what they gave you, but then Collins doesn't have anything like. While Kuzma has like a rickety shelf that has like this, and the Larry Brown's like sliding this way. Collins doesn't have anything.
There is a ring on that shelf though, and. When have we ever compared John Collins to Jason Tatum? Like there was never a John Collins better than.
I remember the graphic where it was like
the Lakers,
like, Kuzma's got better shooting.
Dude, that needs to be in like Jason Tatum's Hall of Fame, like whatever.
Have that in a canvas in the middle of his bedroom. Like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, I hope Kuzma is at Tatum's Hall of Fame speech one day. That would be pretty. Fun.
So I say 11, then 11 Hart, 12 Kuzma, 13 John Collins.
I can rock with that.
Now, obviously,
I'd like to toss in another hypothetical bomb for you guys because this was a guy that I was convinced, like I wanted the Celtics to get him. I thought there's no way he doesn't pan out into a two-way star. Shout out to Harry Giles one time. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
that was
yeah. Shout out to Harry Giles.
But he was so bad in college, but he was so good in high school.
He was such a dog in high school. You know, injuries got in his way. He tore the same ACL, I believe, in back-to-back years, and it just never happened for him. But I held out faith as long as I possibly could. I held out faith for Harry Giles. Just never worked out.
Didn't he have one solid year?
His second year in the league.
His second year in the league, he played 58 games. He didn't play his rookie season because of the injury. His second year, he played 58 games, only 14 minutes a game, but he did put up 7 and 4, which isn't that bad for.
Jalen Smith was a higher ranked player than Tatum at one point in high school, and everybody was just like, "Oh my god, like this guy's gonna be so good." And then all of a sudden, same thing, Nate. Dude hits college and is like, "What happened? What the fuck happened?"
Fine at NC State, but it didn't really pan out the way people were hoping.
A lot of bigs who are just bigger than people in high school just don't.
I'm just looking at Harry Giles' Basketball Reference. He appeared for 4 minutes in a playoff game for the Blazers in 2021.
Nice. Sick, man.
That is crazy.
Him and Gary Trent Jr. holding it down.
Yeah, so it looks like I was trying to see, like, he doesn't have any international career. It doesn't look like Harry Giles made the jump or anything. So he was just done after he played 7 games with the Lakers in 23-24, and I guess that was it.
One last mention of Lonzo, because TJ Leaf literally was made the 18th pick because of Lonzo. Lonzo got that.
He was 18th. He was.
Yeah, Lonzo got that guy drafted single-handedly, and LeVar said it, and he was 100% right about it.
He was horrible, man.
That's
crazy.
Was
really bad. He hit a couple.
DJ Wilson went a pick before him too.
Oh, DJ Wilson. I never liked that pick either. That was just
Justin Patton at 16.
Oh my god. Yeah, we should revisit some of these here.
Justin Jackson, the safest pick of all time at number 14, became a bum.
Yeah. No.
Let's get the 14th down before we worry about tertiary.
All right. This is where it's actually just not a good player probably anymore.
Luke.
Well, no, I think Malik Monk. We still have Malik Monk in our back pocket. Also, Luke Kennard. I mean,
it's Monker Kennard.
Fontecchio, Boucher, Cornette.
Oh, Fontecchio's in this draft.
Yeah. Well, he was undrafted.
Cornette got drafted. I was like, Cornette didn't get drafted because he was undrafted free agent with the Knicks.
Yeah. I'm going based on the 60 guys on this list here. Also,
it's got to be.
Zankov was in this draft. Didn't make it over to the league until like.
It's probably Malik.
Yeah, I would go. We've already got John Collins out the way.
Hold on.
Although
Boucher's trophy cabinet is a little more stuffed, chucked to the brim than
Boucher kept those seats real warm.
He contributed this much to actual winning those rings, but
Boucher was not in this draft.
Chris Boucher, he was undrafted. So
Oh,
Well, yeah,
undrafted.
like I said, I'm just going off the 60 names on the list here.
Well,
I
you
don't
still-
remember.
I feel
what
like
class
Still
people
in this
dropped.
draft class, brother.
Yeah,
Just because you didn't get selected.
Usually you would count undrafted people because Austin Reeves gets counted in the whatever he was drafted usually.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I honestly,
Tyler
Kennard
Lydon,
might be the
terrible
pick
player. Caleb Swanigan died. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Caleb Swanigan. Yeah. Tony Bradley still.
Really
in the
sad.
league?
that
I would
happened.
lean Kennard here if we don't want to go Monk. That would be my.
Over. Oh no, yeah, I'd say you'd go Monk over Kennard.
Well, I would go Kennard because that
Oh.
white boy can shoot that thing. But if you want to go
Yeah, I
Monk,
just think
shoot that
Monk does have a 6 man of the year runner up.
on his
This is-
reference, he came in second for 6 man of the year. We got to get that something.
It was Nas Reed though, so he came in fifth.
Oh
I
no,
mean,
true. Nobody, not even
It's more
Prime
than
Luke
Kennard
Will
could
was going
say,
to win
though.
over Reed.
yeah, his numbers are way better than Kennard overall. Like as
Yeah.
much as Kennard has like the pretty 3-point numbers. Where have you seen those memes? It's like meat efficiency, man. He goes,
Yeah.
like fall away 3 from the corner, no, wide open 3 from like straight on, yes, and it's like pump fake and pass up open looks, yes.
It's a well-known thing amongst fans of teams that employ Luke Kennard. It's like he's great at first, and then the more you watch him, you realize like, wait, is he preserving that?
Actually,
percentage?
I feel like with the Lakers, he finally didn't actually, where he was kind of emptying the clip a little bit.
No,
and he had
JJ
that
was
really
like,
nice-
if you don't shoot 10 a game, I swear to God.
He shot 3 a game with the Lakers, which
Damn.
is
No, at the
hardly
end though, he
below
had that.
his
I think
career
he,
average.
I think he went. I think like the last like 2.5 weeks because he had that 28-point game, and he was just like
He did,
when
yeah, he
Austin
did have
Reeves was
something
out,
like
and
that.
they were like, just go crazy, Luke. This is your team now.
He did
You have the
actually,
keys.
He led the league in 3-point percentage last season for the 3rd time in his career. So
Yeah,
he's got that going
he's
for him.
gonna-
He did finish 5th in 6 man of the year in his last full season with the Clippers versus Malik Monk finishing 2nd that one time. Actually, looking now at the resumes, I think I would go Kennard.
Really?
Yeah, that's all I needed to do.
All right.
Let's get
If it's 2 against 1, I can't. I won't
trick
play this.
his brain into thinking that Kennard was a superior player.
I think just
I was in his ear. I was like, sorry, I do not value the 43% 3-point shooting. And then he went, actually, I think Kennard's the superior player.
Is Luke
He's
Kennard the
had a
best
better
catch and
career.
shoot player of this generation?
He's not.
I'm joking. I'm not saying that. Klay Thompson exists.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe like 5th, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Malik Monk more if I'm being just subjective.
If I
on it,
I
but
think it's pretty comfortably Monk, but if you guys want to go Kennard, I won't fight you on it.
Now, you know what? I do remember a couple bodies Malik caught, and I don't remember Kennard catching bodies.
no,
so
I don't remember that either. You're
So
right.
Malik,
Do you remember his 40-point game in college? He didn't do that either, which is totally irrelevant to this.
Fair enough. All right, yeah, we can go Malik Monk. We'll go Malik Monk. That's fine. But I think
Okay.
Kennard goes next.
Kennard goes 15th, which we aren't going to fit on the graphic anyways. So
Hey,
sorry,
we
Luke.
can keep going. There's still some names I'd like to discuss. Like, is Jonathan Isaac the next name here? Is this where he gets in, or
Well,
is there anyone else?
Doesn't Mitch have
'Cause
to
this
go
is-
though?
I will
I
say
do.
this is kind of.
But yeah,
I know
Dion,
you had-
Mitch has to go. So let's wrap this
I do
up.
have to get
Oh,
going.
dang, okay. All right. Well, I wanted to spend a couple minutes just kind of wrapping
Well,
up.
we're
some
not
of
going
I mean, you
to
can-
because Mitch has to go. So just wrap it up.
All right. Well, Mitch can go and we'll wrap it up.
No, I don't. That looks bad. I don't like when someone leaves in the middle of a fight. Like, just there's no. We don't have to keep. It's 43 minutes. This is perfect. We can wrap it up. Cut out like 5 minutes of this. It'll be like perfect.
All
And
right,
I
fine.
can go take
All
a
right.
shit.
All right, fine. Due to time constraints, I guess that's where we'll cut it with just the lottery. I wanted to get to a little bit of Jonathan Isaac. Maybe shout out to Monte Morris because he's like forgotten about and he was in this class. Zach Collins not making it. Another
No.
guy right in that Laurie Marketing
Zach
class. If I
Collins
had-
just pretends he cosplays as an NBA player.
Yeah,
100%.
He's a
I
LARP.
don't know how he's
Yeah.
still in the league. He's one of the 20 guys
He's a
still in the
LARPer.
league from this class. I don't. But yeah, I guess that's where we'll wrap. Frank Ntilikina unfortunately did not make the list, but he did in real life. So guys who went in the lottery that
He
we did
didn't.
not-
He went number 1 in our hearts, though.
that's debatable as well. I think Lonzo probably went number 1 in your heart, but
No, Frank.
Markelle Fultz was the number 1 pick. He, obviously did not come up much in conversation. Lonzo at number 2. Tatum at 3 moves up to 1. Josh Jackson fortunately didn't make the list despite going number 4. Fox.
Yeah,
goes
Josh
from number
Jackson
5 to
fed his
number
like
4.
2-year-old gummies or edibles.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, not a great parent.
That's
Josh
probably
Jackson.
not the best career.
Josh
trajectory.
Jackson, better parent or NBA player?
Debatable. The bar is in
Debate to be
hell.
had on a different episode. But Jonathan Isaac goes from number 6 down to I would have taken him probably number 15. I think would have been the next guy. But time constraints. Laurie Markkinen goes from
Don't care.
7 all the way up to number 5. Then we had Franklin Lakina, doesn't make it. Dennis Smith Jr. fortunately doesn't make it. Maybe injuries got in the way. Zach Collins doesn't make it. Malik Monk slides from 11 to 14.
$250 million, Zach Collins.
Hey, Luke Kennard slides from 12 to 15 or 16. Donovan Mitchell goes from number 13 all the way up to number 2. Bam from number 14 up to 3. That's incredible. D Mitch and Bam at 13 and 14 is just amazing. And then we had Justin Jackson at number 15. He did not, unfortunately, make the list here for us. But, yeah. That, I guess, wraps up the 2017.
That's going to do it.
I just realized we had 2019 running along the bottom the whole time, didn't we? Well, for those watching on YouTube, you knew what you were listening to. You knew what you were watching. That's okay. And for the audio listeners, they have no idea that we made such a mistake. But if you listened all the way to the end of the episode, then now you know. Cool. I guess that'll wrap for this episode. Shout out to you fellas for joining me. Shout out to Josie for making an attempt to be here, but running into some technical difficulties.
Dude, somebody somewhere was like, "Where's Zion, man? When is Zion gonna be bumped up?" And we're like, "Fuck that guy. We'll give a shit about him."
No, we'll probably have to fill some time this offseason. We'll probably do another redraft. Maybe we'll do 2019. We'll see.
Yeah, if there's a redraft or dynasty and you're watching this on YouTube and you want to leave a comment, if you're even here at this point, leave a comment. Let us know. We probably will do it if you actually leave the comment. So feel free.
If we get at least one comment that says do 2019, we'll do 2019 for you. My guess it'll be Zach that comments. I think he's going to do it.
Yeah, that could happen.
Count on you, Zach. Don't leave me hanging here. But that'll do it for this one. We'll be back. I think we'll probably end up doing something this weekend if anything notable happens. I mean, Jonathan Kuminga went to the Timberwolves. That wasn't exactly like breaking news pod level news, but we do have a guest for next week. We were supposed to have one yesterday, which is why we're recording outside of our normal time frame. They had to reschedule, but we'll have a guest next week. Hopefully, we don't run into any more issues. But thank you for listening to this episode. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast, whether it's on YouTube or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you're listening to or watching us right now. Check us out on all socials as well. Really not all socials, but really just Instagram and TikTok.
Not OnlyFans?
Not yet. I was waiting to debut that at the start of the season, but I guess you kind of spoiled that one. Yeah, just wait for that one. But yeah, check us out on Instagram, TikTok. You can find us on Twitter, 2for1 and then our name. I'm 2for1 Dion. We got 2for1 Josie. 2for1 Nate. I don't think there's a 2for1 Mitch yet, though. Mr. Sider.
Twitter is a little too political for me to pop out on.
Fair enough. Okay, I can't argue with that. But all right, that'll do it. Once again, thanks everyone for listening. And then until the next episode, hope everyone has a great rest of their day.